Grudge Life Academy. G.L.A. Nation stand up. We in the building. Gonna get straight to it. Y'all know how I like to talk about the future. But I think in 2030, I think I got thrown off by the goddamn security guard riding around. I'm sitting in the car doing my videos. It's like sometimes I be the only one outside she see. She be looking, trying to see if I'm in here. She expect me to be in here every time she roll by. But let me get back to y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, man. It's 2020, man. We about halfway through. It's July 10th, right? I say in 2030, I feel like drag racing dirt bikes and four-wheelers, ATVs, whatever you want to call it, it's going to be a sport. Meaning, in drag racing, it's going to be a sport that has sponsors, a sport that has a class coming every year. You get what I'm saying? It can happen because I feel like it ain't gonna have no choice but to happen. Meaning, I feel like a lot of people might be like, to some people, they don't know what drag racing, dirt bikes, or even four-wheelers is. You get what I'm saying? Some people might have just seen it. Some people don't care for it. But it's a whole world out there that's all about drag racing, dirt bikes, and ATVs. Plain and simple. And it's usually the younger version. I mean the younger generation, whatever you want to call it. The younger racers, you get what I'm saying? Because it's a sport that, you know how they say the average man? Well, the average man can join this sport tomorrow. No entry fee or nothing. You just gotta come to win. Plain and simple. And I think once people realize that, it's gonna open up the market for a whole empire. And I hope I be a part of the empire. If not, I just want to see it grow. You know what I'm saying? And when you say things like that, you gotta truly mean it. Because when it happens and you don't be a part of it, you can't be sour. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of people say one thing growing up, then when it don't happen, well, when it do happen, but it just don't involve them, they hate on it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta enjoy being part of something. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you start something, hey, sometimes you ain't the one who finish it. You know what I'm saying? It be like that, man. You just gotta do what you can do and stay positive. But 10 years from now, man, 2030, man, we got a whole young generation coming up, man. And I feel like us as a people, we keep pushing and going to these events and staying organized, that I know over time it's gonna have to be a sport. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be making millions, so why not be considered a sport? Then it's gonna be a whole bigger global level. But man, I just want to wake up like I do on Sunday and turn ESPN sometime, or Fox Sports Channel, or whatever, Motor Trend, whatever, all that, Discovery, all that, and see drag racing, dirt bikes, and fools on TV. You know what I'm saying? It's on YouTube already. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the first one to put a dirt bike or ATV on YouTube. I ain't gonna be the first one to put it on TV. But it's either gonna be me or somebody. Somebody gotta put a real official drag racing dirt bikes and ATVs on TV. Not just for one season or two. I'm talking about if everybody racing every day, every week, we need to be racing every day, every week too. Come on, man. I don't see the problem. I don't see where you can sit here and tell me that it can't be a sport, because everything with wheels pretty much since I'm born in 91, 90s baby. I didn't see but everything with wheels get a TV show. I remember the little robots who got wheels. I remember I forgot what channel. Was it USA or TBS? Maybe TNT. You used to have the robots fighting. People build the little robots from scratch. Sometimes some of them had a hammer, some of them had a little chainsaw in there, but they used to be in there. You know what I'm saying? That was very entertaining. I feel like drag racing dirt bikes and ATVs is more entertaining than that. 'Cause at a certain point, how many, it got kind of boring, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like racing will never get boring because it's unpredictable every time. You can't make it up. You can't reenact it. So stuff like that can be on TVs back then, and let's talk about some of these crazy stuff on TV now. Why not? I see the Netflix be having some crazy shows. One of the shows I did like was Hyperdrive. Yeah, Hyperdrive. That was a good show. That was a mixture of racing and drifting. You know what I'm saying? So it's a market out there for everybody with wheels. Why not drag racing dirt bikes and foolers? Talk to me, man. Drop some comments, man. It might be a long podcast today. We're gonna talk about it. I can't go live right now. I wish I could to get y'all opinion, but drop some comments. That's the only way we can communicate with each other. I don't care about no like. I do care if you subscribe, but most importantly, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try to push the sport to become an official sport. But it's already a sport, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta practice. You just can't. You can come out here. Don't get me wrong. I ain't gonna contradict myself. You can come out here. It's the average person. It could be somebody who ain't never. You could, but it's a risk that you could get hurt. Just like somebody who ain't played basketball before. You get on the floor. It's a possibility you could get hurt. That comes with any sport. So I don't like keep rambling sometimes, because sometimes when I do listen to the podcast, even my favorite podcast, I be like, I need to cut that, just go to the next one. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes people like to hear you ramble. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say drop some comments if you want me to make longer podcasts. I'll be trying to keep it under 15 minutes, at least 10. We're coming up on at least 9.5 right now, but I just want y'all to understand that drag racing dirt bikes and fools been here. It's here to stay, and it's gonna grow as long as I'm alive, and I'm gonna push it to the highest level I can. And if somebody else can push it higher, then that's what's gonna happen, because that's what I want to happen. I feel like this is a sport that if you can sit down and watch NASCAR, and I got nothing against NASCAR. I love NASCAR. My granddaddy watched NASCAR every week or all the time, even the old thing. You know what I'm saying? Even when NASCAR off, he watches some old NASCAR. You know what I'm saying? Some old highlights or something. He'd find a TV show showing some old races or something. Anything. But he loves some racing, you know what I'm saying? He watched football and all that too. But he loves some NASCAR. And I used to like it. probably about 5, 6, 7, got to a point where I was like, man, I used to come in, I used to hear, that's all you hear on the TV, that all till about, what? Till about 4, 5 when it go off or whatever like that, or 3 o'clock, I don't know. But then at nighttime, they got, used to have the trucks, used to be watching that too. But after a while, I kept hearing it, having to watch it. Then I start asking questions like, who this, who that? And I started loving it, you know what I'm saying? I had appreciation, you know what I'm saying? It's a different type of racing. You got to understand, it's more than them boys just going in a circle. It's a lot with tires. It's a whole lot with that, man. Balance, suspension, all of that, man. Airflow, all of that, man. So I learned that growing up, understanding more. So I love NASCAR, but I feel like NASCAR been going in circles. Every once in a while they do like the other tracks and stuff like that. To be honest, I feel like they should do a drag race one time. You know what I'm saying? Do a half a mile drag race with the cars. Shoot, if everybody running about the same horsepower, shoot, it should be a good race. It should come down to the drivers, right? But that's a whole nother podcast I might do, man. Should NASCAR do a straight drag race? You know what I'm saying? People gonna think I'm crazy if I talk about that, but it is what it is. But let's get back. See, I'm rambling right now. Let's get back to the topic, man. What I was saying. Yeah, if NASCAR for about 100 years now, maybe more, can keep showing cars going circle and circle, and everybody love it, which I like it too. Shoot, how could drag racing dirt bikes in Florida get boring? I'm trying to understand that. This sport ain't even an official sport yet. You know what I'm saying? People gonna appreciate it. If you can appreciate drag racing cars, motorcycles, you can appreciate that. And the fun thing about it, the age on this really varies all over. You know what I'm saying? You could have a 10-year-old on a dirt bike racing a 40-year-old. What sport you know can do that? You can have a 70-year-old racing a 21-year-old. What sport you know can do that? What sport you know at 40 or 50, you ain't need no muscles or nothing like that. You just need practice and timing and belief and a little bit of swag, and you can become a rider, a good rider, and make money. What sport you know that you ain't got to retire from? Imagine if drag racing, it could be another topic. Imagine if drag racing, dirt bike, and ATVs become an official sport, and somebody at the age of like, I'm gonna just say 10. It'd be some big 10-year-olds that can handle a 450. I done see it. You know what I'm saying? I done see some younger boys that can ride a 450, but what you got to do is hold the bike for them, let them hop on, give them a little thing. As long as they ain't got to really stop or whatever like that, they can go forward and have some space to turn around a little bit wide and come back. They can ride. But I'm just saying, about 10 years old, he can possibly be in drag, in it's going to be a drag racing, dirt bike, and ATV Hall of Fame, separate and together. But he can possibly, from 10 years old, create a career, and by 50 years old, he done put 40 years in something that he been making money off. Having fun on the weekends. He just been putting work on the weekends. Probably practice 1 or 2 days out the week. So on a 7 days week basis, on a 7-week day, probably 3 of those days for sure. Let's say Friday and Saturday for sure. That's 2. Say he do 1 day at the week just practicing with the bike. 3 days, collection of less than 8 hours for 40 years making money. Come on, man. What sport can do that? Only sport is racing. And really the only sport that can really do that is drag racing, dirt bikes, and fulls. But yeah, I'm going to get out here, man, and cut it short. But I appreciate y'all listening, man. Drop some comments. Once again, in 2030, drag dirt bikes should be a sport. Plain and simple. It's already big now, and it's not even official. So when it get official, it's going to be even bigger. You know what I'm saying? It might happen before 2030. But I think in 10 years, it's going to be making too much noise. It's going to be too big. You know what I'm saying? Corporate going to have to pay attention. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they ain't paying attention to drag racing that much. Maybe most of the drag racing is independent, but we might have stock markets in this. We might have stocks. GLA stocks on the way. Appreciate y'all watching. Appreciate y'all listening, man. I'm out.